My name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money. In this video, I am going to tell you everything you need to know before you take your next flight. We'll discuss how to interact with your flight crew, tips before you get on the plane, etiquette during the flight, and also how to save money and possibly make a little money too. I promise this is full of good info. I'd be willing to bet that even seasoned travelers will learn at least one or two new things today. If you get to the end of the video and you already knew everything, well, maybe you can teach me a little something in the comments. If you are new here, I have created this channel to help you learn about how to travel, adventure, and have fun on the road to financial independence. I have traveled the world, paid off a house in Spain, and I'm on a creative journey to financial independence. I believe the road to financial freedom can and should be fun. I hope you'll subscribe and join me on this journey, no matter where you are starting from. I travel a lot, and I thought I figured out a lot about my flying routines, but recently I had a conversation with my friend who is a flight attendant and another friend who travels a lot, and I learned things I didn't know. For example, did you know that flight attendants aren't getting paid while you're boarding the plane? When they're greeting you or you're asking their help before takeoff, that's just out of the kindness of their hearts. Their pay doesn't start until the doors to the cabin close. Another thing to understand about the flight crew is that they aren't elevated waitresses. Their first concern is safety. It always bothers me when I see someone treating the flight crew disrespectfully, but what I didn't know is that not only can we be respectful and kind to the flight crew, we can also go above and beyond to think of them. It is very well received when you think of the flight crew by bringing them snacks or chocolates. Some awesome passengers even bring them Starbucks gift cards. On my recent flight to Norway, my friend and I grabbed a big bag of chocolates in the airport to take to the flight crew. Just make sure that anything you bring is individually wrapped. We gave them to the person who greeted us, and he was very kind, asking where we were seated. On our return flight, we saw the same flight attendant as we were boarding the plane. He remembered us, and then a few minutes later he found us and said that he had moved us up on the plane. Believe it or not, he moved us up to first class. We were stunned. Honestly, his kindness went far beyond anything that we did for them. I think those chocolates cost us about $20, but what he did for us was around a $500 upgrade. Anyway, the point isn't doing something to get something in exchange. The situation we found ourselves in would certainly not be the norm. Ultimately, it's just a nice way to think about those who are taking care of us. I personally like bringing chocolates. In my opinion, chocolate makes everyone a little happier. Hopefully, it makes the flight crew feel appreciated and brings a smile to their faces. This would be especially nice if you were flying on or around a holiday. Now, let's talk about how to prepare for flying. Not long ago, I made a video specifically about jet lag, so I won't go into those details here, but be sure to check out that video too. I'm trying to get better about packing lighter and not checking bags. Did you all see the big baggage malfunction in the UK recently? Thousands of people were missing their luggage. If you've flown enough, your baggage has probably been lost or late at some point. I now travel with a roller backpack as a carry-on and another backpack as my under-seat item. I can stack the smaller backpack on top of the roller backpack if I don't want to carry either of them. In the smaller backpack, I pack at least one pair of clothes. I keep my computer, chargers, wallets, passport, and other important information. I also pack what I call my sleep bag. In it, I keep a sleeping mask, a scarf that helps to cover my mouth so that others don't have to watch me drooling. I keep earplugs and a small bag with melatonin. I put this pouch of items in the front pocket of my backpack for easy access. I bring an empty water bottle with me. I'm not talking about a big metal or glass bottle, just a simple plastic bottle that I've used. Once I'm through the security line where you can't have liquids, I stop by a restaurant and ask them to fill it for me, which someone is always happy to do. I always try to divvy up my travel cash, credit cards, and IDs into multiple safe spots. If you keep all of this in one place, it only takes one incident of theft or forgetfulness and you've lost everything. I've also found under the clothing travel pouches to be a super secure way to keep money and IDs hidden on your person. These pouches are worn underneath clothing and keep any important items safe and away from the prying eyes of pickpockets. Snacks and food in the airport or on an airplane are expensive and it can be really hard to find healthy options. Before you go to the airport, stop by a grocery store to get candy, granola bars, or anything you might want to snack on. Or if you want a meal for the plane, stop by a place like Chipotle and just bring it with you. It's always courteous to bring food that won't be too smelly though. I always like to pack things from home in Ziploc baggies. Some great snacks are things like mini carrots, apple slices, a sandwich, or even things like chips or Cheetos from home. It's a lot less expensive to make your own mini bags than buying something small on the go. I put them in a separate grocery bag to carry so it doesn't take up any of my luggage room. I've never had any problem bringing that additional bag of snacks through security or onto a plane with me. Speaking of security, you may have heard of Clear or TSA PreCheck, which are faster, more hassle-free ways to get through security at the airport. Being someone who is always running late, I'm a huge fan of TSA Pre. Clear is a lot easier to sign up for, but it is a lot more expensive, costing just under $200 per year. TSA Pre is only $85 and lasts for 5 years. If you do international travel, I recommend Global Entry. For just $14 more than TSA Pre, you get the additional quick access when going through customs when you are returning to the US, and it includes TSA Pre. The process to sign up is a bit more complicated and you have to schedule an in-person interview, but again, it lasts for 5 years, so if you travel a lot, it can be well worth it. If you just Google Global Entry, it will be the first link that comes up. Now, I always prefer to have my own entertainment ready on my phone. If you have Netflix, download the app on your phone, and once you're logged in, go to Downloads. I recommend doing this from home or a place where you have good Wi-Fi in advance of your trip. This way you can download shows or movies to keep you entertained and you don't have to wait to use the monitors or to be able to pull out your computer. If you'd rather read a book or listen to music or audiobooks, just be sure to get all of your entertainment downloaded before you head to the airport. I used to carry a portable charger, but I don't really do that anymore. I don't usually use my computer on a flight, so I make sure that my computer is facing the direction in my bag that allows me to easily plug my phone into the USB port on the computer to charge it. Of course, large international flights provide USB chargers on the seats, so this is just a handy little trick for domestic flights if I want to keep my phone charged. Since phone service can be pretty unreliable, I always take screenshots of important information before I take off. Things like the address where I'm headed after I land, and even my boarding pass. Now, here are some things that you should know about how to save money, and also what your rights are concerning flights and issues you may run into. First of all, I always recommend booking your flights through Skyscanner. There's a link in the description of this video if you want to check them out. I like to use the Everywhere function if I'm just looking for cheap deals on a new place to travel to. You put in your departure airport and then instead of selecting a specific city you want to fly to, you just select Everywhere and it will list different countries starting with the lowest prices. This is a great way to find incredible deals if you aren't set on a specific destination. Now, have you ever been sitting at your gate waiting for your flight and someone comes over the intercom and says they are looking for volunteers who would be willing to take a later flight? Well, this is because airlines intentionally overbook flights. Data shows that it is very common for every flight to have passengers who won't show up, so they intentionally overbook. When this happens, they begin to offer passengers various rewards if they are willing to take a later flight. But don't necessarily be quick to jump up at the first offer. If they don't find volunteers, they continue offering more and more to encourage passengers to volunteer. I learned something really cool from an article by Scott's Cheap Flights. If they are asking for multiple volunteers and they are offering a $300 flight credit, for example, you can tell them that you are willing to volunteer, but that you kindly request that you be rewarded the same amount as the very last volunteer who signs up. This way, if they don't get enough people at the $300 level, you don't get stuck with $300 while another passenger ends up with $700. Another tip is to negotiate for other benefits like business or first class seats, meals or hotel vouchers, lounge access, or anything else that they might have the power to give you. So the next time you hear an announcement looking for volunteers, remember that negotiating is always an option. I hope you've learned a few new ideas today. If you have other ideas or tips for flying, let me know about it in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up. Then make sure you subscribe to join me every Sunday where travel and adventure build financial freedom. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.